Lester Gretsch, award-winning journalist and sports broadcaster at Univision 45 Houston.
I started basically just like everybody else with a goal and a dream, right? And I know that sounds cliche, but it's the truth. You start off at the very bottom. I started back in Phoenix. I started at Univision, working there first as an intern, and then I took on an assignments editor role. Was there for about 6 months, and then after that, another opportunity opened at an independent station that was both English and Spanish, also in Phoenix. So I moved over there, and that was like my college away from college, right? That's where I started learning every single aspect of the TV business: producing, writing, anchoring. Editing is the only thing I didn't know how to do at the time, and I didn't pick that up until later on in my career. But it was definitely a place where I could not only apply what I had learned in college, but it was also a place where I learned, like I said, a lot of new skills. So there, because of the fact that it was such a wide open station, there was so much to do. Nobody was doing sports. And my boss at the time, my executive producer, said, "Hey, if you have a passion for sports, why don't you try your hand at it?" I was like, you know what? I like sports. I've never tried doing anything formally with that discipline. Let's take a stab at it. So I did a couple of demos. I liked it. They liked me. And that's where I started getting into it. I had done a previous internship at a radio station with the sports director of that station. And I really liked it. I liked his style. I liked the way he did things. And that pretty much molded me into the way I developed the early part of my career, at least. And from there, everything else is just history. I have 4 nationalities. I am German, I am Swiss, I'm Costa Rican, and I'm American. And that's a topic for a different conversation. But I was born in Costa Rica, and therefore I have Central American roots. My mom is Central American, my mom is Costa Rican, and I grew up there until I was 14. So moved to the States when I was 14, and from there on out I've lived here pretty much all of my adult life. And it's interesting because of the fact that you pick up little bits and pieces of different cultures and different peoples, right, along the way. That's one of the beauties of living here. You learn from everybody, but the base of my cultural identity and background is in Central America, and that's something that I will always cherish and remember. The grit and the determination and the never give up attitude of our people is something that really is ingrained in me. We as people from Latin America, we learn to never give up, to always be resourceful, to always look for alternative ways. When people tell you that you can't do things a certain way or that you just can't do them, period, you always look for ways to do different things and be creative. Those are the things that are really important when it comes to the way we do things, or the way I do things, culturally speaking. And I believe that those are some of the things that hardworking attitude and that honesty and that, like I said, that never give up attitude are some of the things that really take us far as our professional development goes. It's important because it's the way to tell people not only the good things, but also sometimes the bad things in the community, and to do it in a way that people can relate to the story you're telling, right? I know it seems kind of cognitive and obvious, but it is the way it is. It's no good for you if you have a really good story, right? If you have a story of overcoming adversity, say, for example, just to give you one. But if you don't tell it the right way, and if you don't position it the right way, the messaging and the point of the story is going to be lost. You're not going to be able to reach your audience the proper way. It's not going to resonate. It's not going to strike a chord. And I know these are all cliches, and we're all accustomed to hearing them, but it's the reality of things. So positioning, and again, I'm keeping my journalist hat and putting my PR hat on briefly. Positioning and the way we tell a story, it's everything, really, because of the fact that you may, like I said, you may miss the point of what you're trying to do if you don't tell the story and if you don't position it the right way.